Hey there, welcome back to Remnant. We're in the Gilded Chambers, which, I mean, it feels like I've been rolling this dungeon non-stop. But we're doing another restriction cord build. But what's different about this one is focused on archery, because there's a nice little combination I thought about trying out, utilizing the Death Embrace amulet along with the Feathery Binding ring. And of course, you know, restriction cord, because restriction cord limits our HP to 50%, so we can get those bonuses. But what is a combo, right? If you're not familiar, the Feathery Binding increases our projectile speed by 15%, and then increases projectile speed, or our charge time. Shoot, I'm gonna have to pull it up because now I'm mixing it up. Increases projectile speed by 15%, decreases weapon charge time by 10%, and then bonus is doubled when haste is active. Now, how do we get haste active? Well, the Death Embrace amulet gives us 25% damage when we are at 50% HP, and it grants us haste while we are at 50% HP. So we are constantly having a haste, and now we can get all the solid bonuses of the Feathery Binding. And then we put on a bow to get some of those bonuses. We also have on the Bolt Driver, so you know that is also benefiting from it as well. On the whole, I've been enjoying the setup quite a bit. You know, it's been pretty fun. We have the Root Lash as well. You can see that, you know, we are using the Handler as our primary archetype because sometimes, like, I'm playing really sloppy right now. And playing sloppy while you're on Apocalypse with 50% HP is just not the way to do it. So the Handler is a way for us to kind of recover from those mistakes, right? You know, play around with how you're feeling, you know, and that's the idea here. Plus, the Handler is giving us bonuses to our damage, you know, ranged and melee, primarily our ranged. Our secondary archetype is the Hunter, so we get some access to Hunter's Mark and stuff. You know, better range damage and stuff too. It also helps when you actually hit the target. But the charge time on this is pretty nice. It's, you know, it's comparable to the Archer's Signet, right? The charge time is pretty much the same. It's like 25% on the Archer Signet and 20% for the Feathery Binding. However, the thing to consider is that we do have Haste. So I believe Haste affects the charge time as well. It's affecting all of our actions, right? Movement speed, drinking, reload, you know, all actions. That's what it says, 7%. So it should be pretty comparable. Now, something you could do is use both the Archer's Crest and Feathery Binding, and then you get like a huge bonuses to charge time and stuff. The problem I had with it is like I just couldn't. I was messing up every single one of my perfect shots, right? So like I couldn't get the actual perfect shots, which was very frustrating. So I stuck with just this and a supercharger in the bow, so that, you know, I'm getting the faster charge time, reloads, not reload speed, but critical chance and damage, right? So it worked out pretty nicely for us there. Now, the bow that I chose to use is the Sagittarius. Sagittarius is one from Lawsome, or not Lawsome, from Yesha, but it has been updated with the latest DLC. The mod ability is better now. It's just better. Technically, or supposedly, it's worse against flying enemies, which, I mean, may be true. However, it's just so much more consistent that it's well worth it, man. Because in the past, the Starfall mod of Sagittarius was just like really, really inconsistent. Like, I mean, I would throw it out and there could be a bunch of dudes or a boss, an elite, something, and I could miss every single one of the little Starfall things, or maybe I would hit all of them. Like, there was no, it was just so inconsistent. I couldn't rely on it. This one, now it's actually like hitting every single time, and it's doing like good damage, man. It's not like the greatest damage in the world, right? But it's still pretty solid, and we put points in amplitude to increase that radius and stuff. And one of the things I do want to do with it is try and do like a nice big like duration, radius, and all that kind of stuff using like magnifying glass or something. He has Shocker. Oh my god. Oh, that's absolutely horrifying because we have 50% HP. But yeah, I want to do something like that with it. Our dog, ouchies, he hit us. Our dog, as you may have noticed, he draws a lot of aggro. That's because we have the guard dog skill on, so that he can take that aggro for us, because we're very squishy. And so having him being able to do that is really helpful. Go get him, dog. Oh, I gotta be very careful here. Because I don't want dudes on me. So I'm just gonna rely on him to do that. We need to watch out for more lightning, right? I guess if he's still... Oh, it's a good dodge. I need to get in there where it's actually... I can, like, actually dodge. But having the dog being able to take aggro has been really helpful for me. I've been enjoying that quite a bit. Yeah, good try, bud. One bad thing, right, is that because I'm really just using the bow, ammo can get a little dicey because that's kind of just the only weapon I'm using, really. But, you know, as long as you're just kind of be careful about it a little bit, you know, make sure you're actually picking up ammo, it's really not too bad of a problem. This is an extended fight, so obviously it's turning into a little bit more of a thing. But look how we just switched to our, you know, our bolt driver, and suddenly we're okay. Oh, no. Should be pretty good, though. There we go. Not too bad, not too bad. In addition to some of the stuff that we got going on, I also have on the Ring of Crisis because it's just so good to use with a restriction cord setup. It gives you a shield when you're at 25% HP. Well, guess what? That's half of my health. So if I get hit once, guess what? Ring of Crisis is going off, baby. And it's been a lifesaver. It's been a big lifesaver. Let's activate the dog ability to keep that aggro, right? And then if I can actually get some perfect shots, maybe we'll be okay. Or not, and the dog will just push them away. Another cool thing was the Sagittarius thing and its Starfall ability. It charges pretty quick, so it's like 700 mod power if I remember right. Whereas a lot of some other ones, man, I feel like they cost of like 1,000 or upwards for a lot of like big AoE ones, with the exception of maybe something like let's compare it to Tremor right here. 900. See how it costs more, 200 more. Now granted, there's 2 charges of this, so like, is that really fair? Probably not, but I don't know. But see how this one costs like 900. You do a big thing like time lapse, which big freeze is just 1,000. That's 750. The which one am I trying to look for? I mean, Ring of Spears is 1250, 700, 750, 1250, right? So you see what I mean? This one's 1,000. So like really compared to a lot of these other like big AoE mods, the Sagittarius one charges up pretty quick. But really, the this setup here has been pretty enjoyable. Dog to draw aggro, kind of keep it safe while we have low HP. We're doing a lot of damage thanks to our amulet. We're shooting the bow fast, and bows just do tremendous single target damage, right? Like, you get that perfect shot, there's 2,200 on a weak spot, no critical hit. If we do manage to get a critical hit, you know, we're like 3,600 damage. Yeah, 3,699. Like, it's super solid, you know, and, you know, Hunter's giving us the damage bonuses, Handler's giving us the damage bonuses. Oopsies. Oh, look, there's a Ring of Crisis triggered. Let's use our dog to kind of keep them right there. Don't need to, actually. Yeah, they just walk into it, and look how it just actually wipes out the actual group of enemies as they come through. It actually works. It's so nice. It's so nice that it really works. The full loadout that I'm doing here, it's very similar to a lot of the restriction cord things I've been doing as far as like my gear goes, right? Death's Embrace, restriction cord, a hardened coil giving us 15% more damage reduction for being low on HP, Feathery Binding, Ring of Crisis as well. I'm running a light armor right now, so it's just a full set of like Elder armor. So we're at a light weight load, so we've got pretty good like recovery and then stamina management and stuff. The drawback is like we are at 53% damage reduction. And that's not very much. Not very much for being at essentially, what's it, 86.25 health. And on Apocalypse, yeah. It's kind of sketchy, right? Now, of course, that's covered by us using the Handler, because a dog can pick us up every minute and a half. And then the Ring of Crisis is basically another free 25% HP, like, every other time, right? So it works out pretty nicely for us. Broken Heart is just perfect for this because, you know, it's faster. It activates 50% faster. We're always below 50% HP, so it's just constant health regen. And then when we use it, it puts us at 50% of our health. I went ahead and put more health in there. Range crit damage, range crit chance. Because, I mean, why not? Since Hunter actually gives us a little bit some more of like range crit chance and stuff. And then when we get the Hunter's mark going on, again, increased damage, and then marked guys get that increased crit chance. So it just kind of feels nice there. As far as traits, nothing super crazy, right, for the whole setup. I mean, I put points into amplitude just so that the Starfall hits a little bit bigger of an area, rugged as well, to keep our dog a little more sturdy. He does have guard dog, which makes him more sturdy as well, but I decided to double down in case I switch it around, right? And then after that, I mean, some swiftness, regrowth, triage. Now, because our armor, if you look, we're at 59.4 armor. Barkskin was doing more for us right now because our armor is so low. Now, if you get up to like, I think it's like 80-ish armor, like once you start getting close and edging towards 100, that's when Fortify, like if you have the Fortify trait, that's when that one's going to be like beating out Barkskin. At least that's when I noticed it, right? But let's go ahead and we'll take on the Red Prince. Bad thing with him is, we kind of, if I want to get weak spot hits, I got to hit him in the face. It's kind of small. He's going to be up in our faces. Not really the boss I wanted to do. I fought the Primogenitor yesterday or something like that with it. It wasn't too bad. It was a little tedious, but on the whole, the fight went pretty well because we have great single target damage. If we can actually hit the stupid bug, doing pretty good. And then when there's lots of little ads, guess what? The Starfall is clearing dudes pretty well for us. Skip all this now. I am not your subject. Blah, 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 blah. Let's activate our dog's ability now. And I'm just going to use my relic now as well. Roll that thing. Boom. All right. I messed up. I was kind of hoping my dog would actually take aggro. Oh, he's got empathy. No. I mean, that should be fine because we've got a lot of regen. The problem is going to be when I, like, kind of want to heal up the dog. If I can actually hit... Oh, God. No. Yeah, see how our, the extra dudes hitting us is kind of a problem. We're going to just roll away. Disengage. How would I get rid of you? There we go. Yeah, I'm probably going to have some issues shooting the head. If I didn't mention already, you could totally go Archer Signet too, right? Archer Signet with the Feathery Binding and Supercharger or something on there, and you could be shooting out some super rapid arrows, man. It's just a matter of whether you hit the perfect shots or not. I keep messing it up for some reason, so for me, was not the play because it was bad for me. But hey, maybe you've got it a little more down, and it makes sense to you, like the timing. I would like to hit the guy, please. Getting a little low on my ammo. Let's just use an ammo box now. I could probably wait to try and get some ammo somewhere. That's one of the issues I kind of dislike, is just me kind of missing out, or like using so much ammo doing a lot of single targets. But I haven't even been using my secondary. I haven't been reactivating the my Hunter's Mark for more damage. And in addition, the guard dog one, even though it's like he's supposed to be drawing aggro with it, it also gives us damage reduction. So that puts us at 50. Oh, it says 53 right there. Even though I'm pretty sure it does more damage reduction. Unless I'm misremembering something. Cool thing was the Tentacle Lash. Part of the reason I ended up choosing Tentacle Lash is I kind of just wanted more bodies on the field. Because it's kind of like more things to distract enemies from hitting me. And in addition, right, they steal HP, which means I could kind of rely on them to heal me up occasionally if I really need them to. We don't have a lot of health for that to be like a thing that they're doing. It's just, topping me off. But it is a thing that they can do. Go get him, dog. Alright, maybe if he stays there. Nope, of course not. That barely missed me, and I dodged. Oh my god. Dude. If I could just hit the guy. The fight hasn't honestly been that hard, right? But, if I could... It would be over by now if even half of the shots I had fired and missed hit the guy. We would be done already. But no, I keep missing him because I'm trying to hit him in the face, and he's got a little face. How did that hit him? There we go. See, if I'd just been shooting him in the body, this thing would have been fine. Yeah, the setup's pretty solid. I'm really enjoying this, actually. I think it's pretty good. Just nice, solid damage increase from the amulet, plus haste, which is just kind of making everything faster. And then with a feathery binding, making the bow do more work, which, I mean, bows are just solid weapons anyways. They do so much damage. Sagittarius feels pretty solid. But if that's not your, not your thing, you could easily just swap the bow to, go Moonlight, go just a Royal Hunting Bow, which is like, has super fast charge time. And then you could go like super rapid fire. Like, I bet you could do something like it would be another kind of restriction cord thing, but do restriction cord, 50% HP, downward spiral, increasing your fire rate and stuff like that. Or actually, no, maybe you need reload speed. Something like that, right? Anastasia's thing, which will give you haste when you heal. So it's like regrowth. It's just going to constantly trigger it, right? So if we go into you, Archer Signet, Anastasia's. Okay, so now we should have stupid charge speed. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look how fast it is. Like, I'm not even... As soon as it, like, touches, I just kind of let go. Like, that's... But my problem with it... now I'm messing it up. My problem with it is, how often am I really going to be in a perfect spot where I can sit there and shoot those shots? Like, I mean, if you can do it, like, hell yeah, man. Like, do your thing. Like, do that, right? But I'm going to keep it real for me, and I know in the middle of a fight, I'm not going to be able to efficiently do that, right? So I'm going to stick with what works kind of for me. It's just kind of an option, right? Run this because we have just passive regeneration, which means we're getting healing. So we always have the haste, which will trigger that, yada, 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 et cetera, et cetera. I bet this charges super fast too. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. I like that too. That's it. That's the build. Don't know what else to say. It's fun. I really like restriction cord builds, just kind of the high risk, high reward type of thing. It's just very satisfying to me, even though like on Apocalypse, definitely not as efficient, right? Yeah, I don't know. That's it. Give it a go. Try it out for yourself. Lower difficulty, maybe good. Maybe you've already done this. I don't know, dude. Do your thing. Do you like Sagittarius now? I like Sagittarius now. I've always liked it, but I like it more now. But really, until the next one, thank you guys for watching, and take care.